happening? Ending Paper Mario. Yo,
Still no
take
Geeks
this.
to alert. Sash. BTW, will Val show up at Gamescom? Anyways, here's a video for chat to enjoy since the anime link.
Bro, this better not be a frick. Yo, Tainted, this better not be a movie, bro. You always send me a fucking movie.
Alright, guys.
Bro, 12 minutes. Alright, you know what? Just because you donated $19.97, I'm gonna watch this shit.
Meow. Slavery is bad. But I'm constantly on a journey to find the next great anime, the next great manga, and nowadays we are spoiled for choice. Recently,
Yo, Tainted sent this. Tainted sent this.
Finished Vinland Saga Season 2, which is a masterpiece that shook me to my core. A human story so powerful, it can not only give you a great experience, it can change your outlook on life. It's shows like these that reminds me why I love the medium so much. But on this never-ending journey, some days I wake up and I remember, wait a minute, I'm a...
fucking degenerate.
A fucking degenerate.
That I've discovered a high-intensity shonen action manga with amazing art about being a slave to an army of insane anime girls in military uniforms that can kick your ass and will find any way, shape, or form to sit in your face every other chapter. Now I know what you're gonna say. God
Wait,
damn it,
what? This show's about what? They sitting on your
W
face?
video. This been my favorite harem manga in the last couple of months. Actual W plot.
Thank you, Oddity, and thank you again, Tainted.
Do you think I am some weird perverted freak? Can you please stop trying to get me into your weird hentai fetish shit? So, what's the name of the manga again? Point is, there are times I want to remind people that I'm always striving to find the next anime or manga masterpiece and prove to the world that I'm still a functional member of society. Then I remember that I play Honkai Star Rail. Hi, I'm Gigguk. And just in case you needed a monthly reminder that I'm still a piece of garbage, here's a manga about being stepped on by hot anime girls. Before we get stepped on by degeneracy, why don't we step on over to today's sponsor, PUBG Mobile. PUBG Mobile is an extremely popular free battle royale shooter with 8 different classic maps and a plethora of different game modes. And Dragon Balls to receive powerful in-game buffs. Not forgetting you can also gain access to new skills and items like the Kamehameha, powerful key move, Sensu Beans to help modes.
Dragon Ball Z?
If you don't want to miss this eyebrows at me, I just want to say, I did not go out looking for a manga like this. This manga just happened to find me, Your Honor. See, I was just innocently browsing my local manga store when a manga cover caught my eye of a military-clad, smug anime girl looking down at me, emanating the purest step-on-me energy man could ask for with a single massive word plastered behind her. Slave. And my brain went, huh.
That's crazy. That's literally the title of the anime, and it just looks like that off rip, just slave. Hey, I mean, I like how the art looks.
Mato Seihei no Slave, or Chain Soldier, asks a simple philosophical question to all the guys in the world. Would you sell your dignity to be stepped on by a group of hot anime girls? Yes.
No. No, if I'm not getting my dick wet, I ain't doing that shit. So you tell me I'm just gonna get stepped on and I gotta go to sleep? Fuck that.
No apocalyptic year of 2020, a dangerous dimension called Mato emerges all over Japan, bringing with them monsters that terrorize the world and cause various disasters. Fortunately, with these monsters have come a new tool humanity can use to combat them. Peaches, a mysterious resource that can give humans supernatural powers they can wield, but granting these abilities to women and only women, causing a male-female power balance to be completely flipped on its head. Men are now at the lower end of the social hierarchy, and Andrew Tate has become Andrew Cake. Enter Yuto Wakura, male, who's one day just minding his own business when he suddenly finds himself in a life-or-death situation in the Mato realm, facing off against an army of monsters. Thankfully, humanity has created a specialized combat squad of super-powered peach girls called the Anti-Demon Corps, and the commander of the 7th unit sweeps in just in time to save the day. This is Kyoka Uzan, who has the ability to make slaves, which I know sounds pretty bad, but...
It's
so
bad.
She offers him the opportunity to submit to her, which allows him to activate his ultimate ability, slavery.
What?
My God. Transforming him to the super powerful combat form that can decimate the monster army. This gives him the chance to be the hero he always wanted to be, but unfortunately, men can't technically join the Anti-Demon Corps. But it's okay because they found a little...
This is a weird ass kink anime, bro. This is a kink anime. It's like he can't even join the core, so how's he gonna join as their fucking dog? He's gonna join as their pet. The fuck is this shit?
loophole. He joins the 7th unit and moves into their all-female residence to the dismay of all the girls that live there, and has to prove his worth by becoming their caretaker, being a stay-at-home dad, doing the housework, and cooking up a mean meal in the kitchen.
It's got that secret ingredient.
Ooh, and what's that?
Come.
Okay, I know that description makes it sound like it's some weird harem ecchi shit, but hear me out.
That is
It's
what it
good,
is.
weird harem ecchi shit. This is a manga written by the same guy who did Oh no. But okay,
I don't even know what that
regardless of
is.
your opinions of Akame ga Kill, and God knows I have my opinions, I think there's one thing we can all come together to agree on. As death was bloody hot. So imagine Akame ga Kill, but every girl is a different flavor of S-death, and replace all the edgy violence and character deaths with S-tier horny. That's Mato Seihei no Slave. It's been a long time since I've enjoyed an ecchi series this much, and yes, there is more that goes into a good ecchi series than just slapping some sexy anime girls in your face and calling it a day. Just because you appreciate anime titties doesn't mean you can't do it with a little bit of class. I may be a degenerate, but I'm a degenerate with standards. I'm not one to watch a show with nothing but fan service and ecchi scenes as its selling point.
Because that's what I'm thinking, right? That's exactly what I'm thinking about this show. I'm like, is that all it is? Like, I don't want to just every 2 pages turn and I'm like, okay, ass. All right, titties. Okay, ass. Okay, titties. Cool. My dick's hard. Now what? It's like, you might as well just watch porn at that point. Because it's like, what's the point? What's the point? It's like, is there any plot to it?
Maybe that would have worked when I was a dumbass 14-year-old kid, but motherfucker, there's this thing called hentai. It's like ecchi,
Exactly.
but without the blue ball in.
And it's art.
If I'm gonna watch a show, there needs to be another hook.
Yo,
Nice
shout out
action,
to
an
High School of the
interesting world,
Dead.
a compelling romance, plot. But another equally important thing is how you implement the fan service in your show. You
Yes, I agree. The way that you implement the fan service in a show has to be done in a way where you don't expect it, but when it happens, you're like, I appreciate it. But if it feels like it's literally just gonna happen and it's just in your face all the time, then it's like, what's the point? I don't know.
can't just show me thick anime thighs and expect... Sorry, I got distracted. You can't just show me thick anime thighs and expect me to be impressed. And one thing I absolutely despise is when the fan service gets in the way of the action.
Yeah.
Nothing quite kills an action.
Yo, literally that one Fire Force, that Fire Force character. It's that Fire Force character, the cat bitch, bro.
Scene faster than when you're fully invested in a fight. It's exciting, you're into it, your heart is pounding, the next big punch is about to be thrown, then the series goes, alright, pause for a second. Anime titties. Alright, I'm back to the action. If you're gonna put a bit of fan service in your show, keep it separate, or in the best case, work with it. Fan service should be the spice on your dish, and you know, I'm a good boy
True.
from Thailand. I don't just like a little bit of spice in my food, I love a lot of spice. But that doesn't mean I just want to eat a plate full of Carolina Reapers, nor would I appreciate you squirting a bottle of chili sauce on my dish when that dish is a nice cool vanilla ice cream. But luckily, Mato Seihei no Slave knows exactly how and when to spice up its dish.
Yeah,
See,
boy.
the twist to Kyoko's powers is that after every battle, she needs to give a reward to a slave that's proportional to the NG they just...
What the fuck? So after every battle, she just legit French kisses the fuck out of him?
exerted while she activated her power, with her completely losing control of her body and her body fully willing her actions until the reward has been completely played out. And let's just say these rewards...
You said more than that? So what is this? Is this a hentai then?
Do my Southeast Asian heritage...
Yo!
Mamma mia, that's a spicy...
What this means is that the degeneracy never gets in the way of the action. In fact, they work together to enhance one another because the fan service you get scales with the action that precedes it. There are some chapters that give you just a quick and casual brawl that rewards you with just a little tease, just a little tickling of the balls. But it's when you get the epic, multi-chapter, arc-ending fights. There's the anticipation that as a reader, you know that once the battle is over, there is an equally epic, high-intensity film.
Oh my god, no way. So, the less crazy the battles, you just gonna get teased. But you know if it's an arc where they go off and buildings explode and that's so weird, because then the whole time you're watching the show through the action, you're just being a degenerate and horny low-key being like, yo, I can't wait for this shit to finish. Why, man? This is so cool, man. Don't you want to enjoy the now and what's happening? Nah, bro. It's what happens after. What happens after? Just wait and see. Like, what the fuck?
Degenerate ecchi scene from the gods waiting for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Pavlovian degeneracy. I'm of the firm belief that if you're gonna go down the degenerate route, just fully commit. You think I, a seasoned anime viewer, am impressed watching the millionth dense protagonist accidentally walk into the girls' changing room? Oh no, baka hentai! No! And thankfully this series pulls no punches in either its action or its culture. According to the lore, each reward Yuki is given is based on his subconscious desires. And thankfully for the readers, our boy must be the average Genshin Impact player because he just bricked up. He's the entire fucking wall. Starting things off with just a vanilla makeout sesh, as the series goes on, the rewards get more and more spicy, like he's cycling through the entire library of hentai packs.
Shoe licking?
Not a fan of the main girl? No worries. The series introduces a literal army of dummy mummies, semen demons, waifus with weaponized...
Semen demons?
Come here. Let me give you a little bit of a spoiler. Kyoka can lend her powers out to other girls. You know what that means.
I have. Come.
But this goes into the one thing Mato Seihei does that
Yo.
separates it from every other generic ecchi series.
You know what's the worst thing about this? Is I feel like half of y'all in the chat right now is y'all bookmarking this.
Oh my god,
Yup.
son, I got a boulder again. Hold up.
In this shit.
It has plot. I'm not gonna lie and say that fan service isn't one of the main selling points here, but that doesn't mean there's not more going for it as well. For one, the action is actually pretty.
They said the
kick-ass.
action
It
is
goes
good, so
beyond,
okay.
I'm gonna defeat you with the power of friendship and titties.
Look like
Each girl's
Thanatos.
unique ability brings more dimension to the action than just I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch you really hard. All the fights have their own thoughts and tactics put into them based on the powers that are present on the playing field. There's a girl who literally just has Zodwaldo that she activates by doing a fucking JoJo pose. Another girl has an ability called Python where she has to pre-program her body movements like a goddamn software engineer. There's a MILF. I can't remember what her powers are. And a similar level of thought has been put into the characters and the general world around them. With a concept like this, it would have been easy just to slap a bunch of cardboard cutout waifus everywhere and throw in some nonsensical, wacky plots whose only job is to get from one ecchi scene to the next. But each girl has their own backstory and motivation that drives the plot forward. And we actually see development with some of them, more than just the amount of ways they can sit on the protagonist's face. We learn more about the social structure and dynamics of the monsters and the anti-demon core that fight them. Inter-family drama, power scalings, power rankings, tournament arcs. I'ma be real, this story isn't going to be winning awards anytime soon, but it does everything it needs to. It does just enough to tickle that part of your brain that wants to grab the popcorn and dumb out your typical shonen action show. When you talk to a lot of anime fans and the topic of guilty pleasures come up, you hear a lot of the same titles getting thrown around. High School of the Dead.
Bro, High School of the Dead is a certified hood classic, bro. And the way that they did it is like, it was hella fan service. But I feel like they didn't want to put it, in your face, but they low-key did. I don't know. I can't explain it. Because High School of the Dead wasn't really like, here's titties, it just happens. It's just like, oh, I got to go down the stairs. Damn, then them shit start going crazy. Then the zombies pop up and you're like, yo, man, there's a bunch of fucking zombies popping up. Then the guy is sniping using the girl's titty as recoil, as a recoil softener. And I'm just like, I didn't even know you could do that. I'm about to try that right now with like some random girl.
High School DxD. I've not talked to a single person that have watched these shows fully and don't talk about them fondly. They know what their appeal is. They know the target audience they're aiming for, and if you're not into these types of shows, they're not going to be changing anyone's opinion. But if you do fall in that target demographic, if you're fine fully embracing the sleeping degenerate in you, then this is like eating McDonald's cooked by a 3-star Michelin chef. Don't lie, these aren't guilty pleasures. These are pleasures you feel no guilt enjoying. They not only fully commit to giving you the peak gourmet fan service you've been craving, but respect you enough to know that you still need more reasons to keep watching once you hit post-nut clarity.
You've come.
That is Mato Seihei no Slave. It knows what it is, and it devotes itself to being damn near the best product it can be.
If that show has you still watching and reading the shit after the post-nut clarity, then that might be a good show.
For what it's trying to achieve. So if you want a manga that does one thing and one thing really well, and that one thing is being stepped on by powerful, sexy, military-clad anime girls with the added bonus of a decent enough plot, characters, and actually pretty damn good action, then Mato Seihei no Slave is the manga for you. In conclusion,
It should have been me, not him!
It's not fair.
hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video.
It's not
Thank you very much
fair.
this month too. Alpha Sigma, Author Curtis Eckstein, Basil, Dysfunctional Degenerate, Flabberwocky, Ivido, Levados, Misaka12315, Payne Patchett, Pony Stark, Walter
Thank you, patrons. I appreciate y'all. I should actually mute you for sending me this shit. Hell to the fuck no. Hell no. Hell no. Don't ever send me that shit again. I'm giving you a warning. I cannot believe that I just saw a 17-minute. Hell no. No way.
What is the worst anime ever made?
Hey, stop hating, bro. That was kind of fire. That little like triple transition looking like he was getting closer, but he didn't go anywhere. You said do it? No, I'm not gonna kill him.
Now, some of you newer fans may scroll down to the lowest rated anime on my anime list and point out some shows that have gone down in infamy, that have been clowned on by the entire
That's the freaking boy! I love this dude.
anime community, like Mars of Destruction, or Scale to Heaven, or Seven Deadly Sins. But go further back.
Yo, I remember one time somebody got a tattoo of 7 Deadly Sins, and I've never seen such a ugly tattoo. I just feel like the 7 Deadly Sin characters are just ugly. But somebody got a huge leg piece of a tattoo from that show, and I was just like, this is one of the ugliest tattoos I've ever seen.
And a handful of you may remember that years ago, one anime rose up the ranks to gain an almost legendary status, like the planets had aligned in all the wrong ways to create a stinker so bad, so foul. Christopher Nolan's about to make a 3-hour biopic on how bad this bombed. Fuck, I say that. This was a car crash that derailed a train that smashed into a nuclear power plant that caused a fallout that could rival—
You said 7 Deadly Predators? How?
Chernobyl. This garnered the reputation of being the worst anime ever made. A show so bad it looped around to become a masterpiece. So in the current generation of Twitter people calling Demon Slayer mid or threatening to commit acts of—
That's another thing I've been noticing. There's been like a huge influx of people on the internet now all of a sudden just saying Demon Slayer's ass now. I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? Everybody like literally last year was double gripping Demon Slayer. Now everybody's just like, Demon Slayer's mid. It is not mid. I still think Demon Slayer's a good show. The animation's amazing. The storytelling was great. I thought it was great. Why is everybody now shitting on Demon Slayer? Demon Slayer is fine. Because people like to hate on popular stuff. I think Demon Slayer is fine. People gotta stop hating and stop putting hate onto the Demon Slayer shit, bro. I like the show. I thought it was great for what it was, man.
Violence over a single frame of dodgy looking CG in Attack on Titan. I thought it was
that
time
CG was amazing. That shit costed $100 million.
Reminded just how bad can be. This is the legend of Ghazi's Wing.
Grandma, why did you make hot noodles on such a hot day?
But before we get into this forgotten masterpiece of a—
Yo, that sounds like some Spanish shit. Yo, it'd be 100 degrees outside and then your mom be like, oh, yo voy a hacer un sancocho. I'm like, you wanna make a sancocho in 100-degree weather? Like, it's baking outside, dude. I'm gonna die.
Thinker? A word from our sponsor.
Reverse 1999. Reverse 1999 is a 20th century strategic RPG developed by Blue Pock Games, set to launch on mobile and PC platforms on October 26th. Pre-register now to get your free 5-star character. In this game, you'll take a trip back to the 20th century. And if you didn't hear me before, the game launches globally October 26th. And by pre-registering, you get to start a countdown to the past and get a free 5-star character that speaks in a cute French accent.
The nature of divination is deduction
Croissant?
based on reality.
It's the last day of the year 1999, and the flow of time has started to become unstable in a world where natural-born spellcasters exist called Arcanists. History starts flowing backwards during a catastrophic phenomenon known as the Storm. As the timekeeper named Vertin, it's your job to seek the truth about this storm and the mysterious circumstances surrounding it before the turn of the new millennium. Wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff?
Show me some gameplay. I know, look, BHRA, I might download. That's what I was about to say. I was like, show me some gameplay. I want to see what that shit look like. And if the gameplay looks kind of nice, maybe. Hold on.
Sounds pretty epic, right? Well, Blue Pot Games have managed to give such a large story spanning centuries in a gorgeous little package.
I like the art. The art for this game already like has me. The art looks great. I just want to see the gameplay now.
In order to make you feel like you're traveling through history, we get a blend of various retro art styles from pop art to classical oil paintings. But that only scratches the surface. That diverse presentation also carries over to the voice acting with a diverse cast of actors with British, Italian, French, and other accents. Pair these with an emotionally gripping story, and what you're left with is a game that fills me with nothing but excitement. Did I mention you can summon a UFO that abducted a cow?
What
So,
a gameplay!
What are you waiting for? Pre-register today to get your free waifu by clicking that link in the description, and make sure you follow Reverse 1999 on all their social channels while you're down there. Thank you very much to Reverse 1999 for sponsoring us today, and with that said, back to
Garzy's wing.
Here are your shoes, sir.
Thank you.
Ghazi's Wing is a 3-episode OVA from 1996, but to garner such a reputation like the worst anime ever made, the show must have done something pretty bad to leave such a deep impression on so many people. What atrocities lie in this anime? What sin must this show have committed to build such a
Oh, it's an isekai.
The story follows our protagonist.
Yo, nah, I'm gonna say it right now. If it wasn't for this show walked just so all the other isekais could run. This shit was already doing isekais before isekais was even popular.
A Japanese man going by the name of Chris, paving the way as the template for future isekai protagonists. A guy of indomitable strength and power.
Nah, it's one of the pioneers for isekai. I'm saying it.
A man.
It's one of the pioneers. 1996 isekai. Come on.
Hi!
You sure look good for someone preparing for an exam.
You certainly got sexy.
We join Chris as he's getting scolded by a female friend for some reason. But Chris has got no time for this.
You certainly got
to
sexy.
Attend his class reunion pool party.
I will come back after I attend the class reunion pool party.
But on his way home, his necklace starts vibrating and has a strange reaction to a shrine before he is whisked away by a trans-dimensional space duck and... Wait, hold on a sec. Yeah, that's definitely a real sentence I just wrote down. But who is Chris? Why is this girl angry at him? Will he make it to the class reunion pool party? Why is there a trans-dimensional space duck? Does his helmet say anal? All questions the series has deemed irrelevant, as all this happens within the first 1 minute and 30 seconds of runtime.
What?
No way.
What is going on?
Some may call this bad writing and pacing, but clearly Ghazi's Wing was truly ahead of its time.
That's
wasting
terrible
no screen
pacing.
time in isekai.
How in a minute and 30 seconds all that happens?
Its protagonist, thrusting him headfirst into a fantasy world, naked, in a violent battle where a group of rebels are revolting against their kingdom, at war against being slaves.
Don't get killed. You too.
Yes, this may be a forgotten show from 1996, but no matter what time period of history we're in, if there are three things that are certain in life, it's death, taxes, and isekai anime having slavery. But hold on guys, because this time our protagonist is here to end slavery rather than partake in it. Because apparently he is meant to be a holy warrior, prophesied to turn the tides of war that the rebels immediately
Here is the
recognize.
reverse 1999 gameplay.
Thank you, Code. I'll check it out right after this.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
That's skill.
See, even though he's just an ordinary guy, Chris tries to live up to become the holy warrior they say he is. He may have unwillingly been put into a war he knew nothing about, but seeing this group of truly oppressed people, used and abused slaves, having to fight for dear life every day just to survive while torn away from their friends, families, and loved ones, Chris, being the good guy that he is, quickly empathizes with the struggles they are going through.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please stop crying, huh?
If you didn't fly out, I would still be in Kastanga Hill, playing with my friends and Grandma Moai.
I could also have attended my high school class reunion.
But like Batman and the Joker, Guts and Griffith, Good Food Takes and Me.
Bro, this shit ain't looking that bad. This is looking like a fun watch, honestly. This shit looks like a fun watch. Like, it's so bad, it's good, if that makes any sense.
Every good protagonist needs an equally great antagonist. And luckily, Ghazi's Wing provides just that, with the threatening, the intimidating, the sinister, man.
That woman!
A general seen here making his epic entrance, working with the king to prevent the rebellion. Did that horse just commit?
Yo, yeah, that
prevent
horse
the
just
rebellion
flipped.
and Chris from succeeding at all costs. And it's up to Chris to use his intelligence correctly, using his advanced knowledge from the modern world to outthink, outsmart his opponents, using the tools he has available in innovative ways to save the tribe from their fate thanks to his superior intellect.
Stop it! It will blow up.
Don't bother me.
Oh, are you covering that in Gata powder?
Why, yes, I'm trying to. Doesn't work.
So hey, this looks like a simple isekai where a normal guy gets transported to another world, becomes some legendary hero, saves the world. I've seen this before, nothing new here. Wrong! Because the thing is, when the trans-dimensional space duck transported him over, it also left a copy of his real body in his original world. And thanks to his necklace having some kind of telepathic link, so waking up with an aching body and bruises everywhere, Chris has a hard job explaining to himself
I was bruised all over my body because I had to fight naked.
exactly what kind of situation he's in right now.
There is a war going on. Even dinosaurs are here. And they use bows and arrows. My sword is unbelievably dull.
Fucking Chris, man. You're gonna kill yourself and me. Many credit the popularization of the modern isekai genre to Sword Art Online with the gimmick of being stuck in a game where if you die in the game, you die in real life. But now I can see that Ghazi's Wing was actually the true progenitor of this, as the characters themselves realize just how high the stakes are.
But I think we are still one person. We die together? Probably. No, it can't be true. I'm not joking.
And the
He's
worst thing
talking
about
to
this
his
is
inner
that
thoughts?
this
Like, what?
is unironically an interesting concept.
It's
Having an alter
him.
ego stuck in both the fantasy world and the real world where they can communicate with each other is a concept I haven't seen any modern isekai tackle. Don't quote me on that, there's probably an isekai I'm forgetting. And since they both share damage and fatigue, that means the stakes are real. Real world Chris might not be fighting any battles, but he could still die at any time. Since the Chris in the real world is stuck on the sidelines, he has the opportunity to provide something even more valuable than man.
I'm going to the class reunion at the community pool. I think it will be good for my present mental condition.
Oh, he did it! The world is saved! He got to the pool party! Oh, we're in the end game now, lads! Remember, kids, if you're ever having trouble figuring out how to
He wanted to
prioritize
go to that
your things in
party.
life, take a page out of Chris's book. From least to most important, we have eating, not dying,
Pool parties at
ending
the front.
slavery, class reunion pool party.
Are you in danger now? Chris! I have no choice but to see my friends.
Now, I've been hearing some slanderous claims that the English dub voice acting is some of the worst that's ever been heard, and I take this personally.
What are Domon and the other people doing?
They're the Suicide Squad!
Sure, everyone may speak like they sound like they forgot they have caps lock on, word emphasis is all over the place, but are you telling me a bad dub can have voice actors that can deliver the line
Yamato Takeru no Mikoto.
so perfectly every single time?
僕が今から言う文章を復唱しろ。斜め77度の並びで
Yamato Takeru
I'm
no
gonna
Mikoto.
die if I hear
Name
that
so
again.
powerful, it can invoke enough
Oh
different
my
emotions
gosh,
from our protagonist
no,
to rival
never
any
again.
Oscar-worthy performance. Confusion.
Yamato Takeru no Mikoto.
What? Desperation.
Why can't you do something for us, Mr. Yamato Takeru no Mikoto?
Despair.
What?
Damn you, Yamato Takeru no Mikoto!
Why he says
What
the
is this
whole
legendary
name? He says the whole name. He could just say Yam. He could just say like a portion of it, not the full thing.
Takeru no Mikoto. Well, it's something relevant to the plot. I don't know. They never explain why I keep saying it.
That makes sense.
And honestly, how else is such Shakespearean level writing meant to be delivered? Like the line,
He's just a human. Humans are just human.
humans are just human.
You're right.
Could this be referring to mankind's struggle against themselves? That no matter how much we struggle or fight against it, there is no going against our own nature. Clearly, this line was so influential, it laid the foundation for the Shiro Emiya School of Philosophy.
It's what we call a drug in my world.
If you taste it or smoke it, you get happy and do crazy things.
She definitely hits the blood. Look at
The Zaza.
She's ready to smoke a fat one right now. Not also forgetting the one very important aspect when it comes to anime.
Bro, to be honest, if I was in an isekai like this and we're like slaves and there's no technology and I at least have Za, I would at least be a little bit happier. Like, damn.
Is appeal. In order to be successful, you can increase your chances by appealing to as wide of an audience as you can, no matter the age.
But I'm probably gonna die in the
Gazi's
forest.
Wing did something truly revolutionary by speaking in a language that could be understood by toddlers who have yet to achieve object permanence.
It is most effective to place a Duraga roll at Gabujuju. Ishubara of Duraga roll, we are entering Gabujuju. Is that Gelgagaji?
You may be looking at clips of this and thinking, Gigguk, this is an old anime. Why would I want to go back and watch something that looks so old? And, you know, I understand the sentiment. As the anime industry evolves, you get to see the average quality of animation improving, with new...
That's true, but then there's just something about the old anime that when you rewatch like old shit, you appreciate the animation that goes on in the old anime though.
Tools, new talent. In general, anime has never looked better. But even with all these developments, there are still many that argue...
You say you
that
don't?
hand-drawn cell animation
I like watching the
just as
old
good.
anime.
Not
I
to see
appreciate
Gazi's
it.
Wing, I'm inclined to agree. Sure, we may have our Demon Slayers or Chainsaw Mans now, but what I didn't realize is that action animation may have already peaked 30 years ago.
Yo, they literally took this dude like a Photoshop PNG and they dragged him. That looked like he got dragged in Photoshop. That's crazy.
Animation may have already peaked 30 years ago. This is the bar modern animators have been chasing all along. Now you may be wondering what kind of person would be behind such a project. Perhaps some random nobody that never worked
Studio
on anime
Ghibli.
again. Someone who had no knowledge of the industry. Close, because this was actually the brainchild of Yoshiyuki Tomino, the mastermind behind such other anime projects like Mobile Suit Gundam.
Is that bad?
I must somehow make sense of our convoluted situation.
Gazi's Wing is in short a masterpiece of garbage. There may be anime that are worse looking, there may be anime that are technically lower rated, but no other show has quite come together in the completely wrong ways to result in such an entertainingly horrible product. We've had some horrible stinkers in the modern day, but time won't forget the mythical adventures of Japanese man Chris and the legend that is Gazi's Wing. Whatever the hell Gazi's Wing was. I don't know if that was ever explained. What was that? Was that ever explained? What the fuck was half the plot of the show in the end?
Wait, what the fuck? He's just driving on his motorcycle flying away? Bro, I think this anime is actually meant to be watched high. I'm gonna be honest. This is looking like one of those animes where it's like, if you're sober, you will not get it. If you're zooted, you will be like, I see the vision. Oh, he memeing. I'm like, wait, did this happen to these people? He memeing. Third child. Damn. W. Shout out to the people subscribed to his Patreon. Great video.